Welcome to Adult Play Therapy Uncensored. I'm your host, the original John 20.
It's Jerry P.
Man, we are here in Cedar Hill, Texas, at the home of Hooters. Our sponsor, man. We love you guys. Thank you guys for taking care of us the way you do. We are here. We are back. Another episode. But today we are not alone. You see, we've expanded. So now we got two beautiful, lovely ladies, and we're going to let them introduce themselves. So,
my name is Kim. You can follow me on Facebook at Kim Ross Bonner. I'm with the Classy Exchange.
My name is Jay Briscoe, 1/3 of the Classy Exchange. We're actually missing one, Tanisha. We miss you. You can follow me on Facebook under Jay Briscoe and Instagram under F40AW, which is actually my athletic line. So if you're looking for athletic wear and leisure wear, I got you.
She's the plug.
Nice.
Oh, really?
And they are part of their own podcast show, as they were saying. And that show name again, ladies, is?
The Classy Exchange.
Ooh, I like that. Y'all just made our show much better the way y'all did
Practice
that.
them for the
For real. Okay. So we're here in Cedar Hill, man.
Yeah,
y'all
man.
gotta come through. Come join us. You know, we got the girls up here who's doing their thing. The food is hot. The drinks are wet. You know how that go.
It's like, oh, man, every Thursday at 7 o'clock, we up here doing our thing, man. Showing love to the community, and they showing love back. So, yeah, man. We're going to get to jump off with this first topic, and
Yes.
what is it?
Yes. Well, first topic.
What we talking about?
What we got,
this week?
John? What we got?
Y'all ain't told us nothing. We nervous.
Well, you know, hey, we're going to jump off like this. I was just asked if the topic that I was holding on to, I was holding on to it, but because we have these two beautiful ladies here, let's jump into this topic. The topic is, has the roles changed in today's society between men and women? Is there a dominant switch? What you guys say about this, Jerry?
That's interesting, man. That's interesting. I would have to say yeah. I would have to say yeah, because I mean the times that we're in now, I mean with all the pronouns, you know, some men want to be women, some women want to be men.
Right on.
You know, gender equality is at an all-time high, and I appreciate that and I respect that. But somewhere along the way, I just feel like men, the masculinity is gone, man. It's gone. I'm not sure. Well, it might have something to do with the high propensity of single mothers raising kids, raising young boys.
Right on.
You know, or I'm not sure what the issue is, but yeah, no, I would have
Some
said.
have also said the lack of religion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you blame it on, we can blame it on anything.
You can't blame it on anything, but yeah, I do feel like the dudes have gotten softer and the women have gotten more assertive.
I do
simple
think
as
that it starts from childhood. Like boys are being raised soft. Some in single parent households, some in dual parent households.
Very true.
They're not getting whoopings, they're not getting yelled at, they're being taught that they're sensitive, or, you know, they're not hanging out with men. So I feel like they're being taught to be sensitive, and then when they get older, they're passed on to a woman, and now the woman is basically raising them.
And they looking to be mama number 2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I think if you look at a lot of the podcasts and messages that have even been put out for adults, there's this divisiveness between men and women, right? So men feel like I shouldn't pay bills, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. Women have their own, you know, a man should do this, a man should do that. And I think personally what you kind of alluded to was, where does your foundation come from? What a man and a woman should or should not be doing, for me, is based on biblical principles. So we have principles outside of ourselves to rely on that we know are solid principles. Then we can know what a man and what a woman should be doing. But we're pulling our principles from so many different places, so many different opinions and viewpoints, and some of them make absolutely no sense. And so, yes, you do have women that are being more masculine, and part of that has been the messages that we've received, like a woman shouldn't depend on a man. I don't think a woman should be in a position where she can't do for herself, but if you're in a relationship, particularly a marriage, then there should be interdependence upon one another, right? So he shouldn't be able to do without you, and you shouldn't be able to do without him.
Right.
So we kind of have this idea that as men and women, men don't need women and women don't need men, but in reality, we need each other.
That's true. That's true.
I agree with that, but let's look at this, because I think you guys pointed out something that I'm always going to fight about. You said foundation. No, seriously, when it comes to foundation for our children, it's not the same any longer.
Okay.
See, we have to first look at the fact that we only get probably 20% of our children's lives in the first place. And I know you said, well, Mr. Karen, where you come up with that from? Well, Twin is going to tell you where I get that from.
Okay.
At the end of the day, kids are with us Monday through Friday. I'm not even talking about the weekend. They're with us from about what time we drop them off at maybe 6, 7 in the morning, and then we pick them back up 3, 4 o'clock. And then between that time, we have from 5 to maybe 9 to 10 before they go to bed. And in that time period, what are we doing? We're not teaching and raising. We're more so in our structural, element. Right. You cook dinner, you take your bath, you do your homework, then you go to bed. It's kind of hard to really have family time and talk time during that time period. Once they're in bed, they get up in the morning, they're back at school. They spend more time in school around opinionated little brats than they do around us. Now they can have the perfect mommy and daddy household and foundation. But when they go to school, what do they see? They see the little gay guy and, ooh, my mom and my dad is so mad because I'm gay. They see the little lesbian young ladies, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm not knocking what I'm saying. And they have their opinion about what they feel sexuality is because my mother, not only she with my daddy, but she has
or do they have an opinion?
You see what I'm saying?
Or do they have an opinion? Or is that opinion kind of pushed on?
But that's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? It's because it's like a melting. It's like it's a pool of, it's a cesspool of BS. So you can have the perfect household, the perfect structure, but when you let them go that much time, 8 hours a day, come on now.
So here's the thing with child
everything.
development. There's a certain period of time where the parent is the most influential piece in the child's life.
Right.
It is during that time that you have to be implementing your values, your foundation, what you believe, because once they reach that middle school, kind of high school age, their friends then become their biggest influence,
But
right?
that also starts at the
So,
beginning of time,
right, but if you haven't already poured in, you can't wait until then to begin to pour your values into your children, right? Oh, this is not what we believe, or this is not what we think, and so on and so forth. You got to start that at 2, 3 years old. You got to start already having conversations with them about, these are our beliefs, these are our values, these are the principles that we stand on. Because by the time they get to middle school or high school, if you haven't done that, you're now fighting from a losing vantage point, right?
How do you do that when mommy and daddy ain't really standing on that? They don't really have.
But even if
they don't have a
are standing
substantial
up,
spiritual life. They don't have they weren't raised to really know who they were as an individual.
Yeah, that's the problem. Then we got a whole generational curse.
Yeah, I mean, with social media ramping up, I mean, as big as it is, and influencing the minds of kids.
Well, let's do this. Because, I mean, I hear exactly what you're saying when you say that, but we have to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, y'all are mothers, right? Y'all have I've been a father since day one. My kids live with me. I've been really. I taught them A, B, C, D, F, G. I let them know. I whip from the womb. I tell you like this, you're 4 years old, when you get to crying, hey, we don't do that. That's my first form of discipline. A tap on the hand. You let them know exactly what's right and what's wrong right then. Like you say, I implement all of it. So my kids was going to school, like all my kids are a year in advance in school. Thank God for that. And that's only because we knew numbers and we knew letters and we knew how to identify. It wasn't just reading, singing an ABCD song, it's writing it. They were writing, they were doing things ahead of time. But this is the problem that I found. With all of that extra work I put into my children, when I took them to school, if little Johnny couldn't have his way with the teacher, the first thing he did was he hit the ground and he pouted, boom, 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 boom. They see that Monday through Friday, and they say, okay, well, little Johnny getting his way. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to come home to Big John, Big 20 here, and they're going to try that same thing. And I'm going to look at them and be like, hey, that don't work here.
Yeah.
So it's like, I hear what you're saying, but we have to understand that we're constantly reteaching our children because even when they get older, they go to school, and you can be their best role model, friend, or whatever. But when they start seeing their homies being homeboys in the hood or the girls, my homeboy was telling me about how his daughter's a sweet little girl. But he had problems with her once she reached her freshman year in high school because all of her girlfriends were talking about how they had already been doing things.
Right.
And you ain't did it yet, girl? You can't be a part of our club, girl, unless you doing something. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I guess because I've been a boy so long.
What you're saying, do you think society is teaching us to be less dominant?
Look at the Gorillas, look at the Nicki Minaj, look at the Cardi B's. I love these women, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, our kids do too.
But here's the problem, what you just said, I love these women. So you don't want your daughter to be you don't want your daughter to be the woman who's talking about, you know, the little tingly thing at the back of my throat.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you'll like and love those videos and ooh, she's so fine and look at her and so on and so forth. So then the message that you send your child and or even your woman
Well, I
is
don't play that
confusing.
around my kids though.
But I'm just saying in general, right?
Yeah,
So in general, you're saying, sweetie, I don't want you to grow up and talk like that, act like that. But then that's what you're bumping in your car. That's what you're liking. Those are the women that you're watching on TV, fantasizing about.
I agree with you
I totally agree
on
with
that point about halfway because
About
about halfway. I agree with you about what when it pertains to the kids.
Yeah.
Because it even pertains to the women too.
Yeah.
Like
mama,
if we pay some attention to like a Megan Stallion and all that kind of stuff, and look at her a certain way. Like even ladies now, y'all will feel a little less than or feel a little insecure about what y'all got going on. Not knowing that, hey, we love y'all too. We appreciate y'all's shape. We appreciate what y'all bring to the table. And social media models, Instagram models got it all fucked up. Because now it's like, if you don't look like this, you're not good enough.
Well, a lot of that's not real anyway.
Well, we know that.
Yeah.
Well, how many women do you know is like, well, these Instagram models and that's all y'all really look at?
But
A lot of men do like
But
they don't realize that. See, they don't realize what we
you
say.
can say, wifey, I love you, and you don't have an ass, but you're sexy to me. But then as wifey, I see you liking, you're loving, and everything that you look at is this woman that does not reflect me at all. Now you are going to make that woman insecure because what you're saying, you like me, you love me, but what you're looking at and what you're gawking at and what you're praising doesn't resemble me at all.
Okay, well, let's rewind this. I like that. Let's do it.
This is a good point.
Because I had a viewer who watched our show, and he laughed. He said, John, 20, bro, you funny. I'm like, I'm not funny, I'm being realistic.
Right.
He said, but when you talked about enhancements, that was just so hilarious. So we talked about the enhancements, right?
Okay.
And then
The enhancements?
Yes,
Okay.
we talked about breasts, face, cheeks, butt, all that. So you said when we're liking all of this, it makes us insecure, or make you guys insecure because now you have to feel as if this is what we're more interested in.
So let me say this real quick.
Real quick.
I'm speaking on general women, not
Yeah,
myself.
no, we're not talking about you.
Okay.
We talking about them folks out there. We talking about we y'all.
Okay.
We love y'all. You know what I'm saying? She get used to the show. We know that you guys have problems. We just want to make sure they understand. She's helping you generalize it, right? Same thing. He was like, he has a young lady that he dates. Oh, Lord have mercy. What has this woman not got? I swear to you.
She's gonna beat the system.
Oh, little bro, breast bro, this, that, and the third. But what I'm saying, he was laughing at it. He's like, I didn't realize I liked all that until that happened.
Got it. Okay.
And I was talking to someone else along with that, and they were like, man, it's amazing because my daughter got to a certain age, and her wife was like, butt implant party. Breast party. Yes.
Okay.
It's like, that's what they were gearing up for. 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
So mommy and daughter can get their booties fat. I feel like it's not just us, it's you guys. You guys have gotten so insecure with yourselves and looking at certain things. About you guys, y'all look at all these folks in these magazines, look at all these Instagram. Y'all been looking at Kim Kardashian so long that now you're starting to enhance yourself in places. You got white girls looking like black women. You know what I'm saying?
But you got black women trying to get their head like white women.
That's what I'm saying. So
Is that
Trying to do the what's going like whitening the skin.
That's what I'm saying. So you got so many different things going on. Us as men, we confused as hell. So we don't know what we like more or less.
Say
you know what I'm saying?
you know where I stand.
Right.
I'm with the team.
But I'm just saying, when you have social media right there, it's so interesting to do that. Okay, and that's, I guess, because we started off talking about role reversal. That's what I'm talking about. The empowerment in women. I watch so many women, especially in the Hooters too, unfortunately, I love you guys, but I've watched so many women, and the first thing you guys do is say, well, I'm gonna get my breasts done.
Is that because
I
you
get
had
my
a family
ass
relationship
done.
with women?
No, I think it's because women are wanting to get that attention. Like I told you, what I'm saying.
I think it's a combination. If you want,
I can't lie and say that.
right?
bro.
If you,
We get haircuts because of women.
But
I don't
it's
think
a
everything
different.
a woman does is based off of a man. So I do think there are some
I
women
agree
who
with
do
that.
it for attention.
Yes.
But there are some women who do it for themselves. Like, okay, I work out. Your breasts are made of fat, right? So when you work out, you lose your breasts.
That's
Some
true.
women look at themselves in the mirror and like, okay, I got muscles, I want breasts now. So they go get enhancements, not because they're doing it for a man, but I'm doing it because I don't want to walk around with flat titties.
And that's the reason why we wanted to do this. I wanted to do this show with women because that is a great point.
But some women do it for attention.
Right.
Like I think the
Because listen, if a woman walks by,
You know, 50
Nah, come on now.
Hey, it's got to be about a 50 or 64.
Nah, come on.
64.
there are some women who do it for themselves, but it still stems from a place of insecurity. And I don't care who you are, everybody in this world has a certain amount of insecurity. There's something that we all could look at ourselves and be like, man, if I could tweak this or tweak that or whatever. But
I think women have it a little more than men.
Exactly. That's the point I'm
and
trying to
that could be true, but if you go from a woman who, you know, maybe you have a very pretty face, but you got a box body, and men men will tell you, you know, you got a pretty face, but they don't compliment your body, and then all of a sudden you go and you get your body done, and now you're getting like crazy attention. That makes people feel brand new. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I did it because I always felt, not me, I'm natural. So then I'm just thinking, I want the people to know that I'm natural. Yes. I'm natural. But
They can tell.
but there are some people who've never, if you've never gotten that type of attention or you crave it in some sort of way, then you will go out and do what you feel you need to do to get it. Now the question is, what do you do with that attention? Some people are okay and just, hey, how you doing? Thank you. I'm cute. Okay. And then some people, they begin to, you know, their morals, their values, and all these things begin to get skewed based off this new attention.
Ain't there like a false sense of entitlement though? Because it's not really you.
No, actually, I would say it's a false sense of
Once
entitlement.
you get it done, it's you. If I buy it, it's mine.
If you buy it, it's yours.
Hey, with great powers come great responsibilities. We see this in all the superheroes who are Marvels. You dig what I'm saying? If a man, I'm just saying, if a man goes to get a 6-inch to a foot long
Extension on this.
yes, sir.
Extendo.
He is doing it for a reason. This thing is not a false entitlement. I got it now.
Yeah,
I
but
want that.
He's gonna feel good about
If
this.
you get a 6-inch extension and you get that ass and she doing that thing, you know she ain't doing that thing because of you, nigga. She doing that thing because of.
But he's not gonna care.
That's
He's
right.
still gonna
He doesn't care about
You'll go home and cry, man.
No, he's not.
I mean, I don't know. Personally, I don't even know what a 6-inch extension would feel like. I don't think I would want that. Like,
Right. Well, I'm just
I don't-
saying, but for them, they seen it. Y'all done had that before, haven't you?
Oh, I ain't-
All I'm
But
saying
let me
is,
say this.
They like natural, but they got over the non-natural more than the natural. But the big thing is like natural this, natural that. But then you're gawking over stuff that's clearly not natural. Somebody's waist this itty bitty, they got hips this big.
Right.
And that's the stuff that men are gawking
Man, you
over.
know what men-
And the more dramatic it looks,
you know
the
what
better.
a real man really likes? It's the essence of a woman.
Exactly.
It
And
ain't
that's
got
what I'm
nothing to
about to
do with
say.
the skinny.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna see some BBWs. I'm like, she alright. She can get it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it's just a woman. It's just a woman's
Yeah.
essence is really what a man is.
I think what it boiled down to is what I was saying in general. You know, I think women do it, they put themselves in an empowerment position when they do it too, because it puts them so far up here while we're down here looking like, wow, she's this and that. But at the end of the day, as you were saying, do you not realize that what we're making love to is that $20,000 worth of cash you put on your body, and it's not you? Because in reality, we don't even like you. We don't like your personality.
Yeah.
We don't like what you stand for. But it's like,
Trying to get that up.
that body is
So
what I
I
want to
think
be a part of.
everybody is different, but I don't think it. So you said a woman feels empowered because she's here and now. Men are gawking at her and she's there, but that's almost like a woman who is sexually promiscuous and is like, I'm being empowered.
That's the
because
same thing.
I personally don't agree with that. I don't think that's
Well, I've heard
sexually.
that, though.
That's
I've
not
heard
empowering.
Amber Rose
Ma'am.
literally does a slut walk.
Yes, that's not cool.
What you mean?
That's not good.
But see, that's what I'm saying,
not
because it's
good.
not for everybody.
Yeah,
And
this is
I
the
like
power
it.
run.
It's not good.
But it's
So that's when we go back to the role reversals, right? Because it used to be, in general, no woman wants to be a man with a man that's a hoe. But if a man was a player, it was more acceptable. Now you have these women that are sleeping with every Tom, Dick, Harry, and everybody else, and they like, well, it don't matter what my body count is. You still should respect me, and you should, this is my body, and I can do what I want to do. And that doesn't mean you don't deserve a certain level of respect, but no, ma'am, that's not good.
Hold on.
Does the body count matter?
Well, hold on. I love what she said, though, but listen, does the body count matter?
If they can.
Yeah.
I just want to get a little applause on that. I mean, because that's perfect. And that's the point that I was making when it came to those role reversals. That's the point. I think that's the fact that they need to understand. They need to understand that you can't put yourself out and then tell me I deserve to respect you or I need to respect you. Of course you should get all of the respect as a person. But your habit,
Yeah.
I don't like.